good evening. You see this? It is Tuesday morning, the 15th. Didn't have nothing spectacular like a lot of fog or, cars racing, but I wanted to do a video on the way to work. Yesterday we had a little earthquake here, and a lot of people are around panicking. My oldest said, I barely felt it too. I barely felt it where I live. It was a 5.1. We had an alert come across, but the alert was slow. I hope they improve it. My dog started reacting first before I even felt anything. So my dog was eating, I was looking around, and you hear a slight little growl, and the next thing I know, I felt something a little bit, and then I hear the alert going off on my phone, and I'm thinking like, wow, kind of late on that. My oldest said, yeah, I felt it before the alert came. The wife said the same thing, that at the school the alert was late as well, but my youngest said the substitute teacher was like, earthquake, and the kids are like, wow, so calm. Yeah, I didn't panic. It was a short duration, not that much. Like I said, the alert's trying to say it was 6.3, but it didn't feel nothing like that. Then USGS Logical Survey and my app saying 5.1, so, and other people saying 5.2, so either it was 5.1 or 5.2 in Julian. Julian is where we have our where they make the so-called Julian apple pies, and they had it there, but they showed videos of some of the stuff rattling around up there, but that's where the epicenter was up there, real close to Julian. So of course they're gonna have it more than I'm gonna have it at near the border here. But it was interesting and everything. So they put on a lot of ring notifications. Hey, was that an earthquake? Or we had an earthquake. And another person went down. Yes, we know there was an earthquake. Yes, we know Cox Cable was down. And somebody replied back funny with no, it works better now after an earthquake. So of course I had to respond saying, well, if Cox Cable doesn't normally work, but it works during an earthquake, I guess when we have our big 9.9 or 10.0 San Andreas and California starts sinking into the ocean, I guess you could watch your TV and whatever. Cox Cable will work, but nobody else will work. But so I did a post about everybody, make sure you know how you shut off your gas and water in your house. Make sure you have emergency supplies. Make sure you have your kit to go. And I even put down on how look for how search training will give you with the Start Academy. You get search training to tell you what to do in case of help you out in a disaster. And when people reply back with, okay, thanks for the information. Oh, thanks for pointing out there. And actually, one of the ones like, how do you get CERT training? So I told them to go to San Diego website and search for CERT on there, or just to try to Google San Diego CERT. But I recommend that. It was good training. I mean, if your city don't have, I know big cities doing it, but I think a lot of people who go through like tornadoes in the Midwest and hurricanes on the East Coast, they probably got a lot of training they do there. A lot of the regular people know specialized training, but it still doesn't hurt to get it. Because here it's like, okay, we have earthquake, it's something, but it's not like we have earthquakes every single day, so or major ones every single day. So not like we got to worry about something big happening. So it's like, as long as you know, your basic, and have your plan what to do in case you got to evacuate. That'll work for you. If I do evacuate, I'm doing better. I don't have everything set up at milk crates yet, but I'm gonna put everything in the milk crates. So if ever I do got to evacuate, pop the milk crates in the vehicles and go where I need to go and have supplies and everything there. They say, I got my CERT backpack a while back, so I can put my stuff in there. stuff like your, you get your hard hat, you got your, you have hard hat, you have, they give you some tape, they give you the, got a crescent wrench in there for you have to shut off, because what you're going to do is there's going to be elderly that can't do much if there's a disaster, so, you know, you can help them shut off their gas in the area that you get assigned to. The thing with CERT is you don't do anything. You can do it on your own, that's helping out a neighbor, but you're not officially CERT until they activate you. So I got my stuff, you know, there, ready there. I got a class this Saturday, which is the 19th, from Alpine. Alpine is very close to Julian, so I wonder if I'm gonna have any shaking next Saturday on my training at 9 to 1. And it was interesting because I've been through some, so this really didn't affect me here. But I'm gonna go and take my bag anyways with me. There'll be other people there. Maybe they'll get pointers. You should put in your bag. I put extra duct tape in there. I have flashlights in there. They give you a flashlight. They give you a small roll of duct tape. I put more tape in. I put more flashlights. I have, like I said, they give you a small little first aid kit, which is, you know, bandages. Nothing major for like major bleed, but they give you the small bandages. You can always, you know, put on somebody to help them out. The CERT is you do the most good for the most people. So our purpose is, like, if there was only like one person, and they might have you do a lot of medical and stuff. Oh, we have a lot of bleeding. But if there's like a lot of injuries, your job's gonna be like putting a quick bandage on, and you gotta go move to the next person, because all the time you spend on one person, 7, 8, 9, 10 others could get beyond the point of survival. So CERT teaches you to do the most good for the most people. So, like when I did the last one, I did a patient there. Well, my role I played was a major bleeding, and so I, you know, added up a little bit. Like, well, when the earthquake came down, a big piece of metal got in my leg and it hurt so bad I pulled it out, and then I was major bleeding. So they had to do their quick, bandaging on me. Of course, I walked to the location, which I thought it was going to be one of those. Okay, we got to take him out, or that was him simulating taking me out. But, okay, let's walk there. So I had at the recovery area, I had my injury, and I bandaged it up, and then they were like, okay, we need CERT to your injuries need to get more. Okay, it's a bigger disaster now. You get more severe. So I said, okay, well, let's see. I played. Okay, I'll play that I lost a lot of blood. I'm going to shock and I'm gonna die. So I went through that. And then of course I helped out a little bit. They're like, oh, well, we need blankets for people. So I told them, hey, I whispered to them. I said, dead person doesn't need a blanket. So somebody's really hurt and they need a blanket to keep the body temperature up there. And give them the blanket. You give them the blanket off the dead person too. And because they're not gonna say anything or care. You got a blanket to keep them from hypothermia kicking in. So guess what? They're not gonna say anything that, oh my God, they gave me a blanket from a dead person, because where's my ID? Where's my ID? Darn it! Look for my ID here. I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to look for it when I get to the base. But anyways, what I was saying was, they're not gonna say, oh my God, you gave me a dead person's blanket. They're not gonna care. They're gonna be glad that they survived, because instead of the loss of body heat for hypothermia, you just saved them from that. So I said, okay, I'm dead. So I told people I'm dead. Yes, they moved me to the morgue area, because you make sure you put a person who died away from all the other people, so you don't want them to see him and panic. So in case of that, my it was shade and no sun, so it was real cold. So I said, I'll just sit here. I'll sit down here, and we'll just simulate you move me there. They're like, okay. So you don't have to physically have me, go there. Because we don't want to talk to anyways, but so I went there, and they're like, what's wrong? I said, okay, I succumbed to my injuries. I became worse because of the injuries here. I had too much blood loss to recover. Because no matter what you do, I believe it's according to training, 40%. If you lose 40% of your blood, you're doomed pretty much. Unless some slim miracle, you're doomed. That's 40% of your blood. Now it's pumping. You're not getting to your other organs. So, but we did it. So it's like I succumbed to my injuries there. They're like, okay, and so they do. They took a piece of tape and put my name on it. So that's what they do for the records, because you also got to keep records of everything too. Okay, here's the people here, here's the people there, and what am I doing? Okay, he's turning here, and so that was a good training there. So I put Google, go to the San Diego website, search for CERT, or Google San Diego CERT, and see what training you can get, because it's good for you. They don't require you to be a CERT member. You could if you want, like myself, because I'll be on the community emergency response team. I don't mind. I help out people around everywhere. So but if somebody asks something about that, about what you got to do, I'll just reply back to them. Hey, one, they're not going to put you past your make you do something past your capabilities, because you're just a voluntary emergency response person. You're not a paid first responder that goes into danger. So you're just there to help. All the first responders can respond out there. You can do the small stuff, like to go around the neighborhood, shut off gas if you need to. But I recommend people get that training there. It was good, but yeah, like there wasn't much of a stuff here for the drive, but I just wanted to say something about the earthquake and people panicking, thinking big one's coming, but you never know when it comes, so you can't dwell on it. Like, I'm gonna have a earthquake's gonna kill me. If it comes, it comes. But that's it. That was just my drive to work, thinking about it. So everybody have a great day and a great night, and it's time for me to go through the gate and turn this off, so I'll get arrested by the police on base. Have a good day, y'all.